Hello, in this video, I'll show you how I can easily edit a photo in Photoshop from the start to the very end with no steps skipped. So in case you shoot raw images, this is going to be very nice for you and essential for you. And in case you want to learn how to retouch and color grade, you're also going to be benefiting in this very short and quick video. So for this very image, I'll first of all correct the lighting and contrast issues regarding the image. So I'll come to my highlights and take the highlights down to recover information in the dress and do the same for the whites. I'll basically open up the shadows to open up the dark shadows in the background and take the blacks down slightly. I'll add contrast to the image and slightly open up the exposure of this very image. So after doing this, since the image is leaning more on the blue side, I'll simply come to the temperature slider and warm up the image by taking up the temperature of the image around 5,400 or 5,500 kelvins. Then I'll scroll down to my color mixer, and as you know, for the color mixer, I change the hues, saturation, and luminance values of this image. So I'll just come to the hues, and for the greens, I'll make the greens pop for this very image. So I'll just come to the greens and I play around with the green slider of this very image. So you can play around with this to your taste or to your liking. And I also come to the yellows and I see how the yellows are going to be affected by this step. So after doing this, you can even come to the luminance. Remember, luminance deals with the brightness levels of a given photo. So I'll brighten up the greens in the background and darken the blues slightly. Then I'll come to the saturation. Saturation is the intensity of a color, and I'll increase on the saturation of the blues. For example, for the sky, slightly to around 28. And I'll change the hues of the blues slightly towards the aquas, just like that, to around -8. So to make the image pop, I'll scroll down to the calibration and come to blue primary. So for the blue primary, I'll simply come to the saturation and take up the saturation of the blue primary to make the image pop a little bit more. So you can see the before and the after for this very image. So just click on open. In order to open the image in Photoshop, for us to do the next adjustments like skin retouching. So in order to do skin retouching, we are simply going to create two layers or two copy layers from the background layer. Press Ctrl J to create those two layers. Then double click on the name for the middle layer, name that to color. Then double click on the topmost layer, name that to texture. And after doing that, select the color layer, turn off the texture layer, then come to filter, then come to blur, come to Gaussian blur. And when it comes to Gaussian blur, take the radius slider down and click on the skin area and start gradually taking up the radius slider and stop at the point whereby the details are just starting to disappear from the image. Click OK. Select the texture layer, now activate it. Simply come to image and come to apply image, and it's going to bring up this window. The source is the name of the photo that you're trying to edit. Under layer, select the color layer. The channel has to be RGB. Make sure for the blending you select add because we're editing a 16-bit image. The scale is 2, offset 0, opacity 100%, and turn on the invert option. And you see the textures on this square layer. In case you're editing an 8-bit image, these are settings that you have to use. Make sure invert is not turned on. Channel RGB. Blending subtract. The scale is 2, offset 128, and will have the same result. So mine is a 16-bit image. So I'll revert the settings to 16-bit settings. Change the blend mode from normal to linear light. And select both layers, then press Ctrl G, or you can use Command G on the keyboard to group these two layers. Open up the group, select the color layer, turn off the texture layer, come to the brushes, right click and get the mixer brush tool. And for the mixer brush tool settings, make sure it is a clean brush. And the second option that says clean brush after each stroke is selected with a weight of 9%, load 75, mix 90, flow at 100%. Make sure sample all layers is not turned on. And it's time to blend the skin tone. So how do we blend? We have turned off the texture layer and we are selected on the color layer. So how to blend? You simply brush and blend colors on the skin. So left click and hold down and you drag. So click and you drag the brush. Mix the midtones alone, the highlights alone, and the shadows alone in the photo that you're trying to edit. So reduce on the size. And by the way, as you're doing all this, don't zoom all the way in because when you zoom all the way in, you can't see or identify the uneven skin tone transitions within your image or within your photo. So I'll come to the neck area and I start blending. So follow the way skin is flowing on the subject's skin, or how light is falling on the subject's skin, to keep and maintain the original shape of the model's body, so that you don't change or distort some body features or some body structures. So mix the highlights alone, midtones alone, and the shadows alone. And by the way, after mixing a given area, release the click button or the left click button and left click once again on a brand new area. So for the fingers or for the hands, I'll use a very small brush, just like that, to blend even the knuckles, just like that. And you can see by just doing this, the skin is going to look a little bit nicer and even. So we shall brighten up the hands later on in this very video. So after blending the fingers or the hands of the model, it is time to select or activate the texture or high frequency layer. You can see before, after, before, after. So select the texture layer, get the clone stamp tool, and for settings, make sure the hardness set to 0, mode is normal, opacity and the flat 100%, align is checked, and the sample is set to current layer. Then zoom in by using Command plus, or you can use Control plus on the keyboard. So to remove these pimples or blemishes, hold down the Option key on the keyboard, or you can hold down the alternate key on the keyboard and left click on a clean area near the pimple or the blemish, and release the Option button and the left click button, and simply left click once again over the pimple to replace the pimple with clean skin. So you have to keep on sampling and pasting. So keep pressing the Option button, because these pimples are located in different areas that have varying skin color or skin tone. So your one finger should be placed on the Option button or on the alternate button to keep on sampling and painting over the pimples. We are basically painting clean skin over the pimples or blemishes to cover them, and in that way we shall have removed those imperfections on the skin. So right now we are done removing the blemishes or pimples, and close up the frequency separation group. This is a before after. So after doing this, we just want to work on the skin tone. So for skin tones, create a stamp visible layer. How are we going to create that stamp visible layer? Press Shift Option Command E on the keyboard, Shift Alternate Control E on the keyboard, and come and select then subject, so that Photoshop can select the edges of the subject that we want to color grade. Then create a new empty layer right here and change the blend mode for the empty layer from normal all the way down to color. Then after that, just come back to this empty layer, make sure it is selected. Then right click under the brushes, get the brush tool, and for settings, select the soft round brush. The mode is normal, opacity at 100%, flat 100%. So you're just going to zoom in by using Control plus, or you can use Command plus on the keyboard. Reduce on the size of the brush by using the square bracket keys on the keyboard. So hold down the Option key on the keyboard and you sample a color on the skin of the model that you want the rest of the skin to look like or to imitate. So to sample, you basically hold down the Option key on the keyboard, or you left click, or you hold down the Option key on the keyboard and left click to sample a given color that you want the rest of the skin of the model or of the subject to look like. So I'll paint like that, and you can see by just doing this, the skin is going to turn out to look nice and even or uniform. So you can even zoom in case you want to paint on a very small area, for example that area, and I'll just come and use a very small brush to paint right in these tiny spaces or areas of her hair. And by the way, don't forget the ear, so use a very small brush and paint in a very small area. So I'll paint, and after painting, make sure every area that has or contains skin tones has been painted. So I'll come to the lower part of the body, that is for the fingers, and also paint on them to create a uniform skin color or skin tones, so that every color on the model skin can look very nice and uniform. So I feel like this is okay. So in case you're benefiting from this video, I request that you hit the like button on this video and subscribe, because I notice many of you watch these tutorials, you benefit, and at the end of the day, you don't want the channel to grow by clicking on the subscribe button. So please and please click on that subscribe button to subscribe to this YouTube channel. So after painting the skin, it is time to perfect the colors. So just come and get the eraser tool, and for the eraser tool, the mode is set to brush opacity in the flat 100%. We are simply going to rub away colors that were spilling in the areas that we do not want to paint or color grade. So I'll come to these areas and remove it from this area of the lips or even the eyes in case you painted the eyes accidentally. So I'll just erase it from that particular area. Then after that, simply press Ctrl D, or you can use Command D on the keyboard to deselect the active selection. So sorry about this. Press Ctrl D, or you can use Command D. So after deselecting, it is time to perfect the color. So just come to the opacity and reduce on the opacity in case the colors are looking too orange, and come to the adjustments and create a hue and saturation adjustment layer. Come to master, select the reds and take down the lightness of the reds, and this is going to reduce on the amount of oranges, especially within the skin tone of the subject. Then create a black and white adjustment layer and change the blend mode from normal to multiply. Come the opacity and reduce on the opacity to your liking. So for this, I'll go with an opacity of about, I feel like 3, let's go with 4%. So this is what we have been able to achieve so far. Then let's color grade the image even more by creating a selective color adjustment layer. Come and target the blacks and take up the cyan slider of the blacks just like that. And by taking up the cyans, you're going to make the image pop, especially within the background. You can see before, after. Then you're just going to come and target the whites of the image. And for the whites, in case you want to get pure white for your subject's dress, simply come the yellows and simply play around with the yellow slider, and that is going to make the outfit of the model or the outfit of the subject close to pure white. So after doing all this, let's do a little bit of eye whitening. Come to adjustments and create a hue and saturation adjustment layer. Come to master and take down the saturation to around negative 78 or 79. Press Ctrl I, or you can use Command I on the keyboard to invert the effect or hide the effect, and come the brushes, get the brush tool, make sure you have black and white on these two color swatches. In case you have any color apart from black and white, you can reset by pressing D on the keyboard to reset the color to black and white. So to paint, for example, on the eye, make sure white is the top color. So click on the arrow to switch between black and white. So I'll simply come and paint just like that on the white area of the eye. So in case you make a mistake, you can get black on top and you erase or rub away the mistake from that given area. So this is what we have been able to achieve so far for the retouching and color grading. So let's brighten up the hands of the subject. Create a stamp visible layer by pressing Shift Option Command E, or you can use Shift Alternate Control E and get the quick selection tool and simply click over the hands, in this case, or the fingers. So make sure every area is selected regarding the hand of the subject that we want to brighten. Remember, every dark area usually has more contrast. So just come adjustments, create a brightness and contrast adjustment layer, take down the contrast from the selected area and brighten up that selected area just like that. So you can see the before, after. So Command minus to zoom out. So you can even decide to add a little bit of Liquify to this very image. So just come to this stamp visible layer that we created, then come to filter and come to Liquify. So for Liquify, you can even enhance the hips of the model or the subject. So get this forward warp tool selected, and for the settings, I'm using a pressure of 100%, density at 50, and just push this to create a little bit of curves or hips like that, and can push this in just to make the hips a little bit more pronounced for our model or for the subject in this case, just like this. So you can see the before and after. So click on OK, and this is what we have been able to achieve in this case. So let's save this very image. So in order to save the image, simply go to File, Export, and go to Export As, and it's going to open up the Export As dialog box right here in Photoshop. The format has to be JPEG, quality to the maximum, which is 7. Resample is set to bicubic sharper, and make sure under color space you have checked convert sRGB and embed color profile, and click on export and choose where you want to save or export your image. So this is how you can edit a photo in Photoshop from the start to the very end. And if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the video and don't forget to subscribe if at all you have been watching and you are not a subscriber to this channel. Ronix from Ronix Photography. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in yet more videos on this channel. Don't forget, keep practicing and as well keep creating.